Recently, footage has been published of the destruction of the Ukrainian S-300 anti-aircraft system near the village of Gvardeyskoye in the Odessa region. The settlement is located 20 kilometers east of Odessa. The air defense system was installed here to intercept ballistic missiles flying from Crimea and, if they were lucky, Russian Aerospace Forces aircraft. But the Ukrainian anti-aircraft gunners were unlucky, and very unlucky. According to preliminary data, as a result of the Iskander ballistic missile strike, the system's combat control cabin, illumination and guidance radar, and 2 launchers were destroyed, as not the S-300 is a Soviet-era long-range surface-to-air missile system designed to intercept aircraft, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. It plays a critical role in Ukraine's defense against Russian aerial assaults, including drone and missile strikes. The destruction of such a system is strategically important because it weakens Ukraine's ability to protect its airspace, particularly in the southern region around Odessa, a key port city vital for Ukraine's maritime exports. Odessa has been a frequent target of Russian attacks due to its economic and logistical significance, especially since the establishment of Ukraine's Black Sea shipping corridor in August 2023, which has facilitated the export of millions of tons of grain and other goods. The Iskander-M missile used in the strike is a mobile, short-range ballistic missile system with a range of up to 500 kilometers. It is equipped with advanced guidance systems, making it difficult to intercept and highly effective against stationary targets like air defense installations. According to reports, the strike was captured by a drone, though the footage was of low quality due to the distance and obstructions like logos on the video. The attack was part of a broader Russian strategy to degrade Ukraine's air defenses, as evidenced by other recent strikes, such as the destruction of German-supplied Iris-T launchers and a P-18 radar, as well as American Patriot systems, reported just days earlier. The context of this strike is critical to understanding its implications. Ukraine's air defense systems have been under immense pressure due to intensified Russian drone and missile attacks. Sources indicate that Russian forces have increasingly employed swarms of drones, such as the Shahed type, to overwhelm Ukrainian defenses. A post from the FSB Associated 2 Majors on X suggested that Ukraine's air defense assets are becoming depleted, with fewer instances of active air defense responses in recent drone attack footage. This depletion is compounded by Ukraine's reliance on Western-supplied systems like the Patriot and Iris-T, which are expensive and limited in number. The loss of an S-300 system, even if older, further strains Ukraine's ability to counter Russian aerial operations. The strike near Odessa also reflects the ongoing escalation in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Now, in its 4th year, Russian forces have been pushing to weaken Ukraine's military infrastructure while Ukraine conducts counterattacks, including drone strikes on Russian air bases and equipment. For instance, Ukrainian forces recently claimed to have destroyed Russian Su-34 fighter bombers at the Marinovka airbase in Volgograd, highlighting the tit-for-tat nature of the conflict. However, Ukraine's air defense losses, like the S-300, are particularly costly because they are harder to replace compared to Russia's ability to replenish its drone and missile stocks. The broader strategic picture involves both military and geopolitical dynamics. Reports suggest that U.S. President Donald Trump has promised additional air defense systems to Ukraine, including Patriot missiles, but these are not immediate replacements for losses like the S-300. Meanwhile, Russia's intensified strikes on Odessa and other regions aim to disrupt Ukraine's economy and military operations. The port city's infrastructure has been repeatedly targeted, with earlier attacks in June and July 2025 causing civilian casualties and damage to residential and commercial areas. These actions align with Russia's stated goal of undermining Ukraine's economic stability and global food security by targeting export routes. Ukrainian sources like RBC Ukraine confirmed a missile strike in the Odessa region on July 15th, but did not specify the target, leaving room for uncertainty about the extent of the damage. The lack of official Ukrainian confirmation about the S-300 loss suggests possible efforts to downplay the incident to maintain morale or avoid signaling weakness. Conversely, Russian sources may amplify the strike's success to project military dominance. The destruction of the S-300 near Odessa underscores the ongoing technological and tactical race in the conflict. Russia's use of Iskander missiles and drone swarms highlights its focus on precision and saturation tactics to overwhelm Ukraine's defenses. Ukraine, meanwhile, faces the challenge of maintaining a robust air defense network with dwindling Soviet-era systems and limited Western replacements. This incident also raises questions about the sustainability of Ukraine's defense strategy and the effectiveness of Western support in countering Russia's relentless aerial campaigns. In conclusion, the July 15, 2025, strike on the Ukrainian S-300 system near Odessa represents a tactical victory for Russia in its efforts to degrade Ukraine's air defenses. The use of an Iskander-M missile to destroy critical launchers and radar infrastructure weakens Ukraine's ability to protect its southern airspace, particularly around the strategically vital Odessa region. Russia's focus on overwhelming Ukraine's defenses with coordinated drone and missile attacks, coupled with Ukraine's struggle to replenish its systems, highlights the escalating intensity of the conflict. However, the information available is largely from Russian-leaning sources, and without broader verification, the full scope of the strike's impact remains uncertain. This event is a microcosm of the broader war, where both sides target high-value assets to gain strategic advantage, with significant implications for Ukraine's security and economic stability.